Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it so very much. I am quite excited because today I have a different video than I normally get, and it's because I got the PR box from Colourpop of the Disney Villains collection. Now, I was not given this. I purchased this because I bought the Disney Princess PR kit and I really loved it, and I wanted this to go with it because it's so cool looking. I'm going to put it in front of my face for a second. So as you can see, it's embossed. It has different things from the different villains on it. And then it opens up like so. And I really hope all of that was you could see it because I couldn't see around it. It's gigantic. It's way bigger than the Disney Princess one was. I thought about bringing them both, and I don't know why I didn't. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and pull all of these things out, and then I'm going to talk about them and show swatches, but it's going to take a minute to pull them out. All right, I got everything out. It took quite a bit of maneuvering because they're in there pretty tight, especially these first two things I'm going to talk about. These are the Glitter Obsessed Body Glitters, and one says, "Do I look like I care?" which is more of the purpley pink one, and then Anomaly is the more blue one. Let's see what they look like. So they do have the little top with all of the different images, and then this is what it's going to look like and inside. I'm just going to take it from here. It's nice and thick, and yep, definitely this reminds me of the 90s, that's for sure, when glitter was everywhere. Big chunky glitter. So if you're going to a music festival, this might be a good thing for that. And then we'll do the pinky purpley one so you can see the difference. It's better in its container than the blue one. So that's what it looks like when you dip your finger into it. That gives you kind of a different experience of it. I don't want glitter everywhere because this one is really chunky, how I picked it up, and the other one is not as chunky. So anyway, those are the first two items. Do you know what the absolute worst thing to swatch first is? Glitter, because you get glitter everywhere. I still have glitter on my hand, even though I tried to get it all off. I'm gonna have glitter on me all day. What I wanted to show first is kind of the lipsticks and how they all correspond. There's 6 of them. So this is what they all look like. Each package has its own evil villain on it. And they're not exactly always the colors that you expect them to be. They were more wearable than I thought they might be initially. So here is the first one. This is Maleficent, and it is a gorgeous raspberry shade. Oh, super, super pretty. Really kind of excited about that one. Like that one. And then we have Dr. Facilier, and I'm assuming everybody knows what shows these are from, but Maleficent is from Sleeping Beauty. Dr. Facilier is from The Princess and the Frog because he's set in New Orleans with its voodoo and stuff. Cruella, and Cruella is from 101 Dalmatians. Now they did leave out my favorite villain from my favorite Disney movie. Well, it's not really my favorite, but it's kind of like my area of study. So I really love Alice in Wonderland, and I was kind of disappointed they didn't do the Queen of Hearts, but I'm seeing that Cruella and probably the Evil Queen would have been pretty similar in nature to that. Let's actually do the Evil Queen next because, yeah. I have to say the one thing I'm really disappointed in this is the packaging, because that's part of the reason why I bought this, was because of all of the packaging, and I wanted the box, and there's like just little, because I'm a collector, so this is going to be collector's items. So there's nicks in the packaging, and then this overall box, it's lifted, and I realize it's not glued here, and it's kind of coming apart here. So that really is disappointing, because the box itself was like $15 more than what the collection would normally be. That's Evil Queen, sorry. And that's the reason why I got the entire collection, because I wanted the PR box. And I was looking online to see if anybody, this is Hades, if anybody had sold the Princess PR box, to kind of get an idea if there might be a way that I could get the PR box. And nobody has been, at least that I could find. So that's why I decided at the end to get the whole collection. And this last one is Cruella. Now, since I am a collector and I am going to keep it for the most part in the PR box and on display, I don't care so much that a lot of these colors I won't wear. These three in the top row I might wear: Cruella, Evil Queen, and Maleficent. But Ursula is a little dark, and then the more brownie for the two male villains, they're not really so much my thing. I don't wear a lot of browns, so I think I can, like Maleficent, I probably will be reaching for though, because that's a really pretty color. Next thing I want to swatch are the lip glosses, because I think those will be interesting to compare. So there, once again, are 6. They have different images on them, so it's not just the villain. So there's a representation of them if they have a different alter ego or a silhouette. Those type of things are on them, which I think is pretty cool. We're going to start with Cruella. And I don't know, this one is called Puppies. The other ones did not, they just were the name of the person. And it looks like Ursula and the Evil Queen, those are both mattes. Oh, yeah, and the rest are creams. This is a prismatic one. This is called Puppies. Oh, it's like oh, I don't like that applicator. It is a little teeny brush, like a really plasticky brush. I haven't had one of those for a long time. So that one's just really light. Nothing overly interesting. This next one is Shadow Man. And that's what the color looks like. It once again has that same type. Oh, this one. And it's like one of those brushes that you kind of have to break because it's so stiff. Like there's something holding it together. I kind of like that shade. That's a little different. Then we have Bad Apple, fitting. And this one, ooh, that one's kind of a pretty color. These are, this one's pearlescent. This one is metallic. And the first one was prismatic. And it looks like there's one of each, or 2 of each, sorry. And this brush is all, yeah, you can see that it didn't do as well. So that one's kind of disappointing because it doesn't really have much color to it at all. It's very pale. This one is metallic, so it looks like the male villains, they made metallic, and then the other ones they kind of divided. So this is Hot-Headed. Ooh, I just got a nice blob of gloss on my lower arm. I don't like this color. I'm not gonna lie, like that's kind of a weird, there you can see the blob. It's kind of a weird color. No, not a fan. Sad but True is Ursula, and she is a pearlescent. Let's see if I can get it open. So it looks like the two that they made mattes in the lipstick formula, they made pearlescent in the lip glosses. This is very, I don't think this is going to show up very much at all. Yeah, it's basically just a clear. And once again, this one also, the brush was not, you can't even see it. There was stray brush hairs sticking out, which is just, there should be a little quality control, I would think. And then My Pet is prismatic. Sorry, that last one was pearlescent, if I said the wrong thing. And they kind of are irritating my skin just a little bit too, which is, so that's what they look like. They're very, very hard to see. I don't think you can see them at all, really. But yeah, like I said, they are irritating my skin, so I do think they have peppermint in them. So keep that in mind. Maybe do a test spot, because yeah, my skin was starting to really be irritated. We will be back with the rest of the collection. The next two kind of sets have matching packaging. So this is the Jelly Much shadow and then the highlighter. So you can see that they kept the same packaging between those two. And we're gonna do the Jelly Much shadows, if I can pick them up so in a way that you can see them all. So there they all are. They're very pretty. I do think they did a really good job with the packaging, which again is why I decided to get them. This first one is going to be for Dr. Facilier, and it is called Not Today. I'm going to open them all and then I'll be right back. All right, so the first one is called Not Today, and this is what they look like. So they look very much like the Super Shock shadows with that large twist off cap. And then inside, this is what it looks like. I have never tried a Jelly Much shadow. That's what it looks like when I pull them apart. I thought it was going to be more liquidy. This seems really goopy. I don't know. If you have tried them and you have any experience, let me know, because I would like to know. That's one swatch, but I feel like I have way too much on my finger, so we'll try to smooth out that swatch. Okay, that went everywhere. These are going to be a mess to swatch, I have a feeling. Anyway, there's the first one. So that's Not Today. So this must be like a piece of plastic that is colored to match, because it doesn't, it looks like it's too uniform than what's on the actual eyeshadow. This one is Perfectly Wretched, which is Cruella's color. And these might be interesting to just do, like, if you don't want to do a lot with your eyeshadow, just stick in a little bit on. I'm going to try to take less this time. I don't want a lot. I might have gotten too little this time, of course. That's the thing with playing with new shadows, right? So that one's really pretty. Like, I could see myself actually wearing that one. It's neutral. That's the word I'm looking for. So it's a more neutral shade. I have to like figure out a better way to clean my fingers, so hang on. I think the biggest thing I've gotten so far from this collection is how messy it is. This next one is Spindle, which is from Maleficent, because of the spinning wheel. That sounds really simplistic. That's what it looks like. It's a beautiful purple color. It's not quite as dark as I thought it might be, but it has a nice like change in color to it. That's the one thing I am finding with these. They seem to be a little bit more holographic, so they seem to change a little bit with the light, how the light is going. It'll be interesting to see when they are completely dried down what they look like versus a fresh swatch. Yeah, let's go on to Ursula. This is Just Your Voice. So it's a blue color. It's not that blue though. The problem with this also is they like to, it gets around the edge and then it just is like a suction cup. So that's what it looks like. And as it's all swatched, it catches the light pretty well though. Yeah, my hands are rapidly becoming covered in shimmer and glitter and all of those good things. Next up is I Own You, which is Hades. And it's a very red shade, which kind of seems fitting for hell. So there's that. Ooh. We're gonna go a little bit more because my swatch seemed a little bit less than the other ones. So that's what it looks like. It doesn't look as glittery. It's weird. We'll let it dry a little bit. And then our final one, oh, I need to make sure I put the caps back on these because I feel like these were going to be even more temperamental than the Super Shock. This is Crushed, which is from Snow White. It's gold. Like, it is uber gold. Oh my goodness. Like, woo, super duper gold. We'll take it from the side. That's it. I'm going to put it on the bottom. Then you can kind of see a little bit differently how they look fresh versus dried. I will check back in. I'm going to let them dry and then I'll check back in before I remove the swatches. So they seem to dry down pretty quickly. That is what they all look like. This one still, it looks a little bit more glittery now, but yeah, it's not quite as glittery as the rest of them, but that's what they look like. So they're pretty cool. We'll come back with the highlighters and stuff. All right, so there are 6 highlighters, and these are cool because not only do they have the thing on the front, but on the back they also have the pattern. So they have their faces and then a pattern that corresponds to them. Show you all of them. That's what they look like. We're gonna start with Dr. Facilier. They do have a mirror in them as well, and then the interior has a little different, has the pattern on it. So this is the first one. Meet Me on the Other Side, and that's a really blinding gold highlight. Then we have Everybody's Got a Weakness, which is Hades, and that's what his looks like. That seems kind of similar. So it's not as dark. It's more of a, it's probably, it would be a better shade for me. Yeah, you can barely tell. It's there though. It just doesn't have the same as Dr. Facilier. Then we have Ursula, which is the one I was kind of really excited about. It seems like there's some oil on here though. That's weird. This is hers. Oh, I'm not showing it. I'm sorry. This is Poor Unfortunate Souls, which is a fantastic song. I love it. Really pretty color there. We have Maleficent, blah, Mistress of All Evil. That's what it looks like. Ooh, that reminds me of like Rodeo Drive. So Hades is kind of like the more natural of the highlights thus far. Clean off before I get any more. Then we have Cruella. You idiots, you fools, you imbeciles. And hers is more of the clear, not clear, pearl essence. And these are supposed to be the Super Shock formula, but they don't have to worry about them drying out anymore, I guess. It's more of a natural highlight as well. It's there. It's just, it's so pale it's hard to see, I think. And then finally we have Evil Queen Fairest of All, which is also a very gold shade. That's what it looks like. And it's the goldest of all of them. So that actually reminds me of the Jelly Much that they just did. So that is what they all look like. I think I actually see myself wearing some of these. So this was part of the collection that I thought was what I would wear the most, because I do love highlighters. I have lots of highlighters, that is for sure. But I do wear them, and I do, they're like something I regularly rotate and try out and wear. And I wear more daring colors with my highlighters, I guess you could say, than so much with my lipsticks. That's my makeup wipe. Sorry guys. I'm trying to clean off all of the glitter that I have everywhere. Because the final piece in the collection is the palette called Misunderstood. They all have names. So let's see if I can, it does not have a mirror, which is great. Oh, it says right here. That's amazing. So we'll talk through the shades really fast. So we got No Spots, Mongrels, Diablo, Devious, and Tragic. Underworld, Pain and Panic, Forest of Thorns, Flotsam, The Fates, Revenge, Sing, Jetsam, Facile, I don't know, and 101. We're gonna swatch because that's what we do. Especially, this is a palette I was really looking forward to. I like that there's a mixture of tones, but it also has like some basics in there, so you can actually do something useful with it. So those are the first four, and then we'll get Tragic in there too. That's the last one on that row. Pretty nice on those. We will go down my wrist for the second rows. Ooh, that one's chunky. Pain and Panic is a chunky one. It's not a smooth formula. I think you can kind of see that too. It looks a little, well, at least when you're up close, it looks a little more chunky. And then the last one in there is the Fates, which, since it's a matte, I definitely need to get my fingers clean and dry. I'm awful. I'm wiping my wet finger on my office chair. And that's it. And then our final ones, I guess we'll put back on the front. We have Revenge, Sing, Jetsam, Facile. There we go. I think I said it right that time. These are very dark, which fits with the topic, with the theme of the palette. All right, so that's them. Now, I could have done without having a matte glitter with a matte black with glitter and a matte, because this one basically performs pretty much the same as the matte up at top. I didn't need that, but I do like that there's these mattes here so you can make a complete look. But then there's some gorgeous colors, like loving all of these in here. And actually that green is really different. I don't have anything that's a deep emerald green like that in my collection. That is it. That is the whole collection, the whole PR kit. It was, this is a lot of money, and I'm kind of kicking myself, but I knew my mom was like, get it because I don't want to hear about it for the rest of my life. Because yeah, it would have been one of those things where I would have been like, man, I wish I had gotten that set. I really want the packaging. I really want to display it because I do have a lot of Disney. And especially because I got the Princess Collection. So this whole set with the PR box was $250. I did put it on Afterpay, so it coincides with my paychecks. So it only comes out like $65 at a time, which is still a lot, but there is a lot in here because you do get 6 eyeshadows, 6 lipsticks, 6 lip glosses, 6 highlighters, and the palette. So you do get quite a bit. Will I use all of it? No. So things I will use: eyeshadow palette for sure. Probably 4 out of the 6 highlighters, maybe all 6, maybe, we'll see. 3 out of the 6 lipsticks I'll use, the other 3 probably not so much. Lip glosses, this is where I probably won't use the lip glosses. I'm not a big lip gloss fan. I don't like the applicator in them. That's really disappointing, especially like because of how good they've been with their glosses before, because I have some other glosses that I quite enjoyed from Colourpop. And this is what surprised me, because when these eyeshadows, these Jelly Much eyeshadows came out, I was like, nah, not interested, not my thing at all. But after swatching these, I'm glad I got them, because I actually think I will use these. That's a big surprise, because I wouldn't have ordered these and I wouldn't have ordered the lip glosses if I was buying individual pieces. I probably still would have ordered all the highlights, all the lipsticks, and the eyeshadow palette, just because of who I am. Oh, and the 2 body glitters. These I don't see me using unless there's like some special occasion that calls for them. But yeah, I don't see myself using those. But yeah, overall, I think there's a lot of good stuff in here, but I would not buy the whole dang collection. I would not go to Ulta and buy the sets, because if you buy a set, you have to get the highlighter, you have to get the lip gloss and the lipstick. I don't think the Jelly Much are in there. I would personally order from Colourpop, order the individual things that you would like. So like if you see lipsticks that you like, get that. Unless there's like everybody's collection, like you see Hades and you're like, oh, I want all of those pieces. I would mix and match and just get what you're interested in. This is the thing I'm most excited about. I do love my eyeshadow palettes, but I really like the mix of colors. So I think that's probably the best value. The Maleficent lipstick looks amazing. I can't wait to wear that. And the Jelly Much, I'm really excited to try those out and see how they work. I'm hoping I don't have a reaction to them. So let me know what your thoughts were. This was a super long video. I knew it was going to be super long just because of how much was in the collection. Yeah, let me know who your favorite Disney villain is, if it was in this collection or not. If you hope that they do a second collection of either the villains or the princesses. I'm hoping they do, because there are rumors that they're going to do another set of their designer princess dolls. And since the designer princess dolls perfectly coincided and matched with the packaging of the Colourpop, I'm hoping that they do it again with 6 more, and they put in some of my favorite princesses. Because we didn't get Aurora, we didn't get Elsa and Anna, we didn't get Rapunzel. So some of those I would really love to see done. I hope you are all having a fantastic day. I'm going to quit talking now, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.